So ever since Apple dropped $3 billion on Dr. Dre's doorstep for the Beats by Dre brand, it does seem like Beats headphones are fast becoming Apple's sports audio brand. And the reason they've taken this path is probably because they don't want to cannibalize the sales of the world's most popular earbuds. And if you don't know what I'm talking about AirPods. They still hold 30% of the global market share when it comes to true wireless earbuds. But despite this, Apple is still taking their time to perfect the Beats, so much so that the Beats Fit Pro might be a legitimate rival to the Apple AirPods Pro, and for some of you, I believe these might be a better option. And allow me to explain and stick around to the end for the mic test, where I test how good the mic quality is with wind noise and background noise and all that stuff. Design wise, you probably guessed by the cleverly selected name, these Beats Fit Pros are designed for people with fitness in mind, but they're also designed to fit better than, dare I say it, the Apple AirPods Pro. And honestly, having used these for a while now, I believe they do fit better. And the look and feel is entirely different. Instead of the classic stem style, which have been cloned more times than Jango Fett from Star Wars. So instead of the stem style, the Beats Fit Pro have the bud style. And if you happen to have a chronic problem with your earbuds falling out all the time, you are really going to appreciate the addition of the newly and carefully designed wingtip on the Fit Pros, because it kind of twist locks into your ear. And during the briefing that I had with the Beats team on these earbuds, they said that a lot of R&D investment went into designing this tip because it's non-removable. They wanted to make sure that one size wingtip fits all, and I think they've done a really good job. There is of course the usual interchangeable silicone tips in the box, which are all important when it comes to noise cancellation and sound quality, and that's why I'm happy they've added a check my fit feature, which will allow you to test the silicone tip seal in your ear to see if it's correct. And something that I really like about these earbuds is the fact that there's actually an Android app dedicated to the earbuds that's going to bring a lot of the H1 functionality to Android users as well. So within the app you can modify the controls, you can select which side the mics pick up on, or you can leave it on automatic, and you can switch between A and C modes, and you can name the earbuds whatever you like. But of course there are some advantages to Apple ecosystem users. For example, if you pair these earbuds to one of your Apple devices, it will link automatically to all of them. You also get the Find My Earbuds feature, as well as dedicated spatial mapping options. And there is a nice UI difference between these and the Apple AirPods Pro, with these actually having physical clicky buttons as opposed to capacitive touch sensors that we see on AirPods, which is an advantage if you're in a sort of sports scenario where your fingers have perspiration on them, or if it's raining, or if it's really cold and you're wearing gloves. Because in those scenarios, touch sensors can be a little bit temperamental. Now I will say, when I first started using these, I did find myself pushing the buttons quite a bit by accident, just by like trying to push them into my ears. Once you've used them for a while, you kind of get used to that. And I do think that in the long run, you'll find these easier to use than AirPods, particularly in a gym environment. Also, some thought has gone into prolonged usage. Beats have added in an airflow system to prevent that air pressure feeling, which you sometimes get with cheaper earbuds. They're also lightweight at 5.6 grams and significantly smaller than the Powerbeats. And these sit just below Powerbeats when it comes to the current product lineup. And Powerbeats are great, but in some people's eyes, they're a little bit too big. But in Lobot from Star Wars eyes, I'm sure they're perfect. I have to apologize, I've been watching way too much Disney Plus lately. I actually really do like the Powerbeats, but one thing I will say is the case of the Powerbeats was pretty heavily criticized for being massive. So it's really nice to see that they've managed to shrink the case size of these down without reducing the amount of battery, and you'll notice it charges via USB-C and not Apple's proprietary lightning cable. And while we're on the topic of power, these charge from 0 to 100 in 1.5 hours. 5 minutes quick charge in the case of the earbuds will give you 1 hour playback. They don't have wireless charging though. But check this out, theoretically you could get up to 48 hours hands-free talk time if you use the earbuds one at a time. And as you would expect, there is a transparency mode, so you can hear your surroundings. If you're running down the street, you have this mode on, you can still hear if cars are coming and stuff like that. But check this out, this is really cool. If you're not using transparency mode or ANC mode, it has an adaptive EQ built in that will work on the fly to adjust the sound signature. And what makes this even better is There's gyroscopes and accelerometers built into the earbuds for head tracking, and these sensors will come into play when you're listening to spatial audio. For example, if your head is off the center axis, it will actually adjust the sound correctly so that it balances properly in your ears. This goes for if you're at the gym and you're doing some exercises where your head isn't directly here, and also if you're sleeping on a plane. And I tested it out and it actually works. Very important side note here, spatial audio is off as standard out of the box. To enable this on an iPhone, just bring down your control panel, hold your finger down on the volume slider and toggle it on. You can also lock it to a fixed position or set it to head tracking. I do recommend you test out the head tracking to start with. And because there isn't a dedicated app like there is on Android for these, all of the settings and controls to modify these are within the Bluetooth settings. So you go to your settings on your phone, go to Bluetooth, hit the little eye next to the Buds Fit Pros, and here you can customize all of the controls. And while I love how these have been put together and the usability, functionality and all this kind of stuff, there are a few things that I wish they had added. For example, wireless charging, I already mentioned. But volume controls on the earbuds would have been nice, and voice cues inside the earbuds when you switch between modes would also have been a nice touch. But maybe we'll see that in the future. Anyway, let's talk about sound quality now, and I'm going to test out 4 different genres and give you my real-time reaction to how I think they perform in these genres, and at the end I'll tell you which one of the genres I think these are built for. This is actually surprising to me. The over-ear beats that I've used in the past have kind of leaned towards being very bass heavy. With the Beats Fit Pro, it definitely feels like they've dialed it back a bit, but the bass is still impressive in my opinion. It does sound really well balanced for hip hop in my opinion. Vocals aren't lost, and the snares and the hi-hats are not too ear piercing. That sometimes can be a problem with some earbuds, especially when you turn the volume up. Okay, let's test rock. Wow, okay, the details are nice. The vocals in this particular track can sometimes be quite sharp, but they're not here. They're actually very clear and not hurting my ears. The instrumental details sound really clear. I'm thinking the EQ is actually really well balanced for rock, and I think they actually perform even better when you turn the ANC off. Let's try a dance now. Oh, okay. The bass just went up a level here. Wow, okay, so far this is the best sounding genre. Definitely deep bass, clear vocals, crispy high frequencies, but still comfortable to listen to at high volumes. I'm very impressed, very impressed with this one. Okay, first of all, I'm aware that this is not the style of music that you're probably going to listen to at the gym, but it is a great way to test soundstage and details that really can only be produced by an orchestra. So I will say soundstage is nice. When you close your eyes, you do get that sense of space in the room, and the details are good and the vocals are good as well. But you know what? Definitely, without a doubt, hands down, the best genre for me and the Beats Fit Pros, in my opinion, is absolutely, positively got to be the dance genre. With that said, pop, hip hop, trance, drum and bass, all of the kind of musics that have a heavy bass line will sound great on these. And I say this because the bass is just where it needs to be to deliver without messing up the rest of the frequencies and making it all sound a bit muddy. So when it comes to ANC, I've got so many earbuds here. I could have spent days testing these against other earbuds, but instead I tested them against the Ear Ones and the Sony XM4s, which I believe to be the industry leading when it comes to noise cancelling at the moment. And I was surprised by the Fit Pros. They actually held their own against these two. They weren't quite as good as the Sonys, but very close, and I would say they're just as good as the Ear Ones when it comes to noise cancelling. So impressive stuff here. And if you're currently using AirPod's Pro, I will say these are directly in line with the performance you get when it comes to ANC to the AirPod's Pro. So you won't be losing anything if you switch over from them. So that's a good thing. Very impressed with these. They'll be great for traveling with and great for blocking out road noises and air conditioning units and that kind of stuff. All right, you know what time it is? It's time for the mic test. All right, so right now you're hearing the Beats Fit Pro mics with no background noise. It's pretty much silent in here at the moment. Keep in mind that the difference between these and the AirPods Pro is these don't have the stem. When you have the stem, the mic can be a little bit closer to your mouth and therefore might be a little bit better when it comes to voice pickup. And also keep in mind that these have the ability to switch from left to right automatically, and you can map them to either left or right permanently if you want to as well. But how are they handling? Let's simulate some wind noise. Okay, so right now wind is blowing past my right ear. I'm assuming the earbuds will switch the mics to the left ear to block that out. Let me know if that's working. And let me switch it to the left ear now. Let me know how well the mic pickup is with wind rushing past the earbuds. All right, now I've got pretty loud coffee shop background noise just behind me over here. Can you hear me okay? Can you hear the noise from the coffee shop background noise? Let me know in the comments below. And I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you did, and this video helped you make a decision between these and the AirPods Pro or these and any other earbuds, let me know in the comments below. A thumbs up would be great. Subscribe would be even better. Appreciate you guys. See you in the next one. Don't be late.